Today's nursing homes are being pressured to be very efficient in the spending of their dollars. So, I mean, we're headed in the right direction. We just have to start improving these numbers. They're also being pressured to be effective in the quality of care that's being provided. You have a lot of things bombarded at you at the same time. And there's a lot of pressures in that realm, and when you hear about implementing another program, so the Music and Memory program, to look at it as just another program would be short-sighted. Music and Memory is a program that can help you alleviate other aspects of your job where you find yourself running to put out a fire, where if there isn't a fire in the first place, it helps you to have more quality time to spend improving other aspects of your care.
I can't think of any other program that has been able to be put in place that has impact on the whole facility. Not just one department, not just one individual, but that actually can cause that paradigm shift that every administrator loves to see. For example, if I'm looking at census, Music and Memory is another tool to help with that.
Music and Memory program is giving us a competitive edge, and this is a competitive environment, and you have to stay above your competitors.
We have 3 nursing homes within probably a 5-mile radius, and we all provide the same services. But once people realize the Music and Memory and how innovative that is, they want to have their relatives or family members come here even more.
In the admissions process, as we greet people at our entrance and we have the Music and Memory plaque on the wall, we start having conversations on resident-centered care. That certainly leads to census. Census leads to finances and revenue. Revenue leads to quality programs.
One of the key components for Music and Memory is looking at our outcomes. Outcomes now are getting translated into the 5-star rating. What's rolling out now as part of the 5-star measure is having families say that they would recommend this facility for care. The only way that that's going to change is through families really feeling engaged.
Music and Memory has helped with family satisfaction because when families come in and they see their loved one in a mood state or more alert or able to converse, they just feel the whole program. They're buying into it when they see the results.
We had such a good response from families, and what they said is that it really identified for them what Music and Memory was because it spurred their own reminiscing, their own emotional connections, and they were all sharing their own stories.
They're feeling more engaged, they're feeling they can connect because everyone loves music.
They're waiting.
To actually witness the residents with the Music and Memory, you can see the joy on their faces.
With one resident in particular, it brought out different colors of him, like a painter's palette. Instead of the gray wash, it was more of the vibrant pastel colors.
Consistent staffing is a vital element to Music and Memory.
The benefit of having consistent staff is knowing their residents very well. We've seen the fall rate go down because of less use of psychotropics, but also having consistent staff intervening before a behavior occurs.
So instead of spending 20 minutes handling a resident's anxiety level, you prevent that anxiety level from happening with the Music and Memory program.
What we're doing is using the Music and Memory as an intervention in place of having to use the antipsychotics.
You have a more peaceful, acceptable process that is humanizing and appreciated.
When you can make the residents happy, the staff is happy as well because they can share that moment with them, which ultimately makes everybody happy and then the unit runs much better.
How we utilize the Music and Memory as a nursing intervention is really focusing on the individualized care plans.
I've never seen it so useful as it is with music, because we may be talking about their care plans and realizing that they have a depression care plan or a behavior care plan, and we're like, this person could benefit.
We have residents that, when it comes to care, they're frightened. And just by putting a little bit of music on before we do the AM care, the PM care, it just calms them, it soothes them, it makes them feel a lot more comfortable when the staff comes in to do rounds on them.
In terms of minutes that you're trying to get each day, we're required a certain amount of minutes. It's a little bit easier if you have music that they like, that they can be involved with listening to. And what that leads to is they're not so caught up in their deficits. You're likely to meet those goals a little bit sooner.
We have some residents, their appetites decline when you get to that age. They just might not have the desire to eat. So what we're finding is some of the music can stimulate them a little bit, and their appetite actually is increasing.
And then when we see the effects of the resident, what behaviors or mood states are altered with the music, then we go back into the care plan and we really individualize that care plan to that resident.
In the past, we had tried to roll out this program without having a solid team in place. We were not certified through Music and Memory. We called it Joy Through Music. It really fell all on the activities, and it just disappeared after about 3 or 4 months. It was really just driven by one department, and that's what didn't work.
The fact is that it needs everybody's input. It needs the help from the top, from the administrator. It needs help to get the nursing involved.
You need the involvement of the nursing staff who is there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And nursing has to take a leadership role for the success of that.
With the Music and Memory program, with a team approach, we really made an effort to grow it from the frontline staff up. Having the duties spread out between the different departments is working much better. It doesn't all fall in one department.
We've had activities getting involved. We've had the housekeepers get involved, the nursing, the CNAs, management. Everybody has a specific role.
It was real important to me that our administrator made us feel like partners in this team.
Having an administrator there and who's willing to listen to everything we have to offer helps make this Music and Memory program work.
When staff see that leadership is very involved, they want to buy into it. They feel empowered to take ownership of the program.
And it validates their work, where it's not just somebody told me to do it and this is how we have to do it. They're coming to us with the ideas.
We will usually have one monthly meeting that's a little bit more extensive, a couple of hours, to be able to plan out our goals.
To kind of do a quick huddle to see what residents we need to look at the equipment, talk about how are we coming along with care planning, how are we coming along with the charging.
And we will have shorter meetings weekly, usually between 15 and 30 minutes. Just quick to grab everybody, put everything together. Is everything working okay? Do we need to tweak this? Do we need to try this, something else? What's going well for you? Do you need help with a particular angle? A lot of what this is trial and error. It's coming up with trying one thing and finding out that works awesome, and then finding out, ooh, that one didn't work so well, but it leads us to what we think of.
In rolling out a new project, I have found as an administrator that the greatest success lies in doing test pilots and rolling things out in small doses, kind of getting the glitches out.
We've found that some people that we thought would do well with the music didn't at first, and we were like so disappointed, oh, this isn't working. But then we discovered they just needed a different scenario. Some people did better by themselves listening to the music, looking out the window, where another person did better with other people around them so they can dance together.
In order to have a quality facility, you have to have quality measures and outcomes. As far as data, we need to have quite a bit of measurable data, looking at the data before Music and Memory and then after Music and Memory.
When we first started looking at the electronic health record and documenting music and memory, we wanted to make it as simple as we could for the CNAs. So we narrowed it down to 3 questions. How long they were using it, for what they were using it for, and if it was used for anything other than pleasure, they had a 3rd question pop up, if it was effective. And when they answer those questions, it prompts them to speak to the nurse as well and let the nurse know that the program has been used. That way nursing can follow up and they can assess the program, see how the resident did, and then come up with a nice nurse's note for it.
Trending and tracking is an important thing. We studied the times that we needed to implement this program and how we were going to go about doing it. When we graph our results, it's a positive effect on the care plan for the resident.
I'm going to be using the data for decreased falls, for being able to decrease antipsychotics, being able to improve function, being able to decrease behaviors in residents. So it really fits very nicely into anyone that's looking for a very solid quality improvement project. I would recommend that before you start the Music and Memory, before you have your first team meeting, that you as the administrator actually go on to the Music and Memory website, see what types of tools are already out there.
As a leader, there's been times where they say, oh, here they come with another program, here they come with another thing for us to do, and that won't go far. You probably want to run and scream, but don't do it. Spend the time developing the program.
If you are looking for a way to improve the quality of your building, Music and Memory is just such a beautiful way to do that. It's fun. You'll see the joy that it brings to your staff, your families, your residents.
This particular program has value. It will give your staff the time they need. It will give you your quality, patient-centered care. It will give you successes. It will reduce your antipsychotic rate. It will make you feel good and want to come to work tomorrow.